I don't know.
Last day อ่ะ Grand Master อ่ะ grip for Sukhothai whiskey 1 glass
Yeah,
shot
yeah,
1 shot
yeah.
and what feel you say
No,
my
thank
God.
you.
And you
Sukhothai
tell me
whiskey.
like to drink or chill in the car
Yeah, I think you can put this Sukhothai whiskey in your motor vehicle. I think and make it go like avgas will make go really fast. Anyway, we're up here in Sukhothai. Uncle Songchai, he's going to take us somewhere. He's taking us out to the historical park. So stick around and we'll go and do a bit of exploring around here. This is day 1 of Songkran, the 12th. The 12th of April. Songkran start today.
Yeah I think
12, yeah.
Yeah สงกรานต์มันเริ่มวันนี้มั้ย
Yeah.
No tomorrow
Oh, 13.
15.
Okay, maybe I got it wrong. Okay, so this is not Songkran today. Songkran starts tomorrow.
And now it's okay feel start to
Yeah, wherever you start now. Anyway, stick around. People say I don't do enough travel. Well, we're 500 kilometres out of Bangkok at the moment, so that's a lot of travel for me. But yeah, so this is Tuesday. A lot of fun starts in the next 3 days. So peace out, and we'll see you at the historical park. There we go. I think the thing's working now. Still getting used to all the gadgets on this GoPro, but we're out in Sukhothai. We're on a road trip out to the historical park with everybody in the car. This one here, she's grown 6 inches since last time I've seen her. This is Bill. Yeah? She's a troublemaker. So, darling, what do you call this bike with the 2-seat? What the name of this bike?
Here
Yeah.
I don't know
You called it something before. Not Song Tao.
ซาเล้ง
Saleng, yeah.
ซาเล้งนี่ไงดู you see this one like a ซาเล้ง3 ล้อซาเล้ง
You don't have tuk-tuks up here. You have Salengs. They got 2 seats in them.
ตอนแรกเขาเรียกเป็น2 แถว
Driving through this sort of main street of Sukhothai reminds me of the driving through Tamworth and places like that. It's really sort of it's not Bangkok.
ที่กรุงเทพเขาเห็นแบบนี้คล้ายๆที่ว่าขับรถเนี่ยก็จะเรียกเป็นซาเล้งไง
She looks like the first thing she wants to do when we go to one of these parks is buy lottery tickets.
นี่ก็คือเซไทยศาลแม่ย่า
San Mae Ya.
Yep.
So what park is this one? Just one of the historical parks? It's like a temple?
Yeah อะไรดอกไม้ทูบเทียนเป็นอะไรอันนี้ทำสังฆทาน
Yeah, we don't do many temple things, but this is supposedly one of the special temple sites, especially in Sukhothai. Sukhothai being the official capital of the country for some many years back in the 16th century, I think it was.
ให้เดินอ้อมมาด้านหลัง
No? So there she is, getting ready with her tributes. It does seem like it is vitally important in this temple visit culture. You've got to take lots and lots of photos if you're making your tributes or making merit. There we go. We've got an amateur photographer in Beale. So looking at some of the architecture here, one of the things that strikes me is there is definitely an architectural difference between 15th century religious sites and the current stuff we see around the place. But of course, seriously, couldn't they put a damn mobile phone tower or something at a different location? It sort of spoils the ambience, doesn't it? But hey, this is Thailand. Well, it does look like she's done her merit for this location. Still haven't quite got a very clear idea what the significance of this location here is, but it's right in the centre of the city. So it's almost like a Sukhothai historical marker as opposed to a temple, although it is a temple structure. But yeah. Okay, so I did find something of a shrine, of a memorabilia on the wall there. It's the Phra Mae Ya Shrine. Originally, Phra Mae was enshrined at a hill about 4 kilometres from the Sukhothai city towards Pakapanyang province, Phra Mae Ya will reign miraculously in the year 1953. That seems strange. I think that's a Buddhist year. So it's probably it's 500 years ago. Mr. Chum Kira, I can't even say the name, for the provincial governor, was afraid that if the parade frequently might cause damage, he built a replica of the goddess and summoned the real one. Yeah, so it's a shrine as opposed to a temple. So there we go. So in typical Thai tradition, like it's just lunchtime, just gone past 12, and I find out that Somchai, he hasn't had breakfast yet. So, well, in between our sightseeing, we're going to eat food. And what's this place, darling? Just a place to eat food?
Noodle,
Sukhothai noodle, okay. Yes, when you're out with Thai people, be prepared to have 3 or 4 meals throughout the daytime. But looks like a fairly pleasant place, a lot of little memorabilia, I suppose, yeah. So I'm trying to think, have I ever been served Genkiawan like this with the coloured rice noodles, egg, the vegetables, and the curry? And you mix yourself, yes, darling?
Yeah.
You mix yourself?
Yep.
I not tried before like this.
Yeah. Need
you can show me.
Anchan, Baitoi. I don't know to say English, but have more color. This one.
Have more color, yeah. And you mix. Oh my God.
สวยไหม
Where's everybody else? Just me alone? No, somebody else eat food.
No, only you alone.
Me alone. So she says, I get to eat the egg alone.
Yeah.
Only the egg like this.
Only you alone.
And you steal my food.
I just kidding.
Yeah, I get served first, probably because I'm a Farang, I don't know, but they've all ordered. But tell you the story later. And he brings the drinks for us. Cup and mark up. Good.
Okay. Now you want to start to eat.
So
You can choose.
it's
color
okay.
one first,
It's
then put
okay.
here.
Put here like this.
Yeah. Okay. And this one.
Have some this one.
You can choose if you want. You can choose.
Some sprout.
ขวดไอ้นี่ก็ได้ขวดขวดน้ำ
อันนี้เรียกขนมจีน
And
น้ำ
this
ยาแกงเขียวหวานนะ
ขวด
คะ
น้ำที่เราเคยกินนั่นแหละ
have mushroom.
Okay, you just try it a bit first.
It's okay.
เคยออกมาทำที่บ้านเรามี
It will be hot a little bit.
ไอ้พวกข้าวมีผิวมีอะไร
I'm sure Thais haven't got big mouths, but we'll see how we go.
เผ็ดมากไหมเผ็ดไหม
อร่อยไหม
Good, you know.
อร่อยไหม
แกงเขียวหวาน
So I ate the Gankiawan and everybody else looks like they got noodles. Noodle for oi, noodle for ma'am. Sukhothai noodle. Noodle. And everybody, and you eat nothing.
water
Water,
my diet
because your diet. The one thing I am noticing, of course, up here in Sukhothai is a lot less expensive than Bangkok. That was what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 meals plus the drinks, 360 baht. And I'm full again. I think I'm eating too much already. I've only been here for like 24 hours and I'm doing the Thai thing like 4 meals a day. But you know, like I'm not doing small meals, I'm doing, oh, that looks like about the right portion. I'll eat that and filling myself up. I have to put a stop to that shit, that's for certain. Anyway, we're off to the park now. Well, here we are out at the Sukhothai Historical Park, and what attraction would be complete without the lottery vendors. We've got some hats here as well, have we?
10 บาทค่ะอุ้ยของเล่น
Anyway, we're here to look at some of the ancient ruins. You probably can't see it from here, but we'll try to get a bit closer. You have 3BB.
IP Center 3BB
Oh, you're influencer.
yeah please
You're 3BB influencer. Oh my God. They better pay you. So we got ourselves some little chauffeurs to take us around the park. I suppose it's a fairly big park. I think it's 100 baht per person admission, and these little trolley things are 100 baht for the hour. We've got 2 of them to take the people around. You want me to do my temperature too, darling?
Pardon?
You want my temperature? No, it's okay. Wait. You're gonna tell me story about the park, darling?
everything in here I don't understand too
You don't understand too?
yeah because have story big story you see
But your mum, she live in Sukhothai. Why she not know story?
my story too much but I cannot tell you you understand really long story
I didn't put the windbreaker on the microphone as well, so I get a bit of a wind noise.
map for Sukhothai
Map for Sukhothai, yes.
what tell to what is
Very old stupa there.
story
Of course, what I understand about Sukhothai is like
พ่อขุนราม
founded in the 13th century. It was pretty much the cultural centre of Thailand for 2 centuries up until mid 15th century, I think it was, when it was usurped by Ayutthaya. You know, so like a civil war type thing. It's considered to be like the birthplace of Buddhism in Thailand. The heavy Buddhist influence here in the 12th and 13th to 14th century.
What you want to see
But these people here, I don't know if we're going to get a commentary for these
เดิน
guys.
ขึ้นไปเลยได้ใช่ไหมครับได้ครับ
สั่งตามขึ้นไปได้เลยครับเหรอ
Chanya's a terrible tour guide. She doesn't understand anything about Sukhothai. I don't know.
What name come here
Oh, she's got something translated. Hold on.
not king in the
So we're trying to work out a bit of the history, right? This is one of the kings. What's his name? King
king พ่อขุนรามคำแหง
Pork.
ขุนรามคำแหง
Sorry if I can't really pronounce that one, but yeah, but he was before the reign of the 10 kings here in Thailand. So that's quite interesting. So Thailand has a very deep and sort of cultural history that I think not even most Thais understand. That's why these parks still exist, I would expect. But yeah, this historical park was actually the city of Sukhothai before they moved the city for 10 kilometres or 12 kilometres west of here. I'll try and put in the microphone on the inside of my t-shirt. Maybe we'll break a bit of that wind noise that we're getting from the trolley here.
ใส่แมสด้วย
Oi, oi. Tell you what, the suspension on these things ain't the best, but it's all good. Just wouldn't have to walk. It's like something like 38 degrees today. They reckon tomorrow will be 39 degrees, and like that's Tuesday, Thursday, which is the day we go home. They're reckoning they're talking about a top of 40 degrees. Oh my God. Beer. Salok Ma. This is where I should have brought another camera with me, which is one with the zoom lens. I could do zoom here on the GoPro, but of course that's only a digital zoom, doesn't do it any justice. But yeah, this is the whole city used to be in this area, and it's surrounded by a moat. So it's like not so much a walled city, but it's a
วัดมหาธาตุนี่วาเลน
Wat Mahat
วัด
Tha.
มหาธาตุเฮีย
Mahat Tha. Okay. You want to have a look? Oi, oi. Yeah, so a little bit closer to these constructions. Still always surprises me how they do such big buildings on such small bricks. But yeah, most of this stuff is like 700 years old. Australia's history doesn't really go back that far on the Westerner perspective. Australia's got a very deep history. It's probably 40,000 years old, but we don't like to talk about our ancestors or the original inhabitants. But Thailand's a bit different. It does look like that part of the building there has been reconstructed with new brick, and again sort of partially here looks like new brick reconstruction, but I think they've still kept the basic architecture the same. I also get the distinct impression looking at the Thais here with their cameras, they don't know much about the history of Sukhothai either, from what I can gather, but I guess we're all on a learning experience here. Don't climb on that one. I would imagine the temple would have been the centre of the city, and everybody would have lived around the temple, which is pretty much the traditional way it's done now. But of course, every little tambourne spreads into the next tambourne, so you really never know where the centre of each tambourne is. Our tambourne is our Rottway King. And we're a good sort of 7 miles away from that one there, but that is the biggest temple in our location. But again, there are smaller ones around the place, I suppose, as they do subdivisions. Like as I said before, we were in Nong Kem, which was the tambourne, but Nong Kam Plu was like the sub-district of that. Yeah, it's confusing. They get a little board here sort of showing you what the structure would have looked like in its heyday, which is a lot different to what we see now. But hey, second law of thermodynamics, everything dissolves into a state of chaos over time, so we're lucky to see it in this century, I guess. I did notice on our way out here lots of little shrines on the main roads coming out here, so that's a typical example of one of those shrines there, but they're dotted all over the place. More temples, more stupas. Quite an interesting looking place, so without being able to read the plaques very well, I really couldn't tell you much.
Have story here.
Have the story here, yeah, but it's a long story. I want you to tell me the 5 words. Just, it's okay, come.
Story here.
I don't want big story, I want small story. I don't want to make 2-hour long video, I want to make 15-minute video. What city Savaya reconstructed? Give you an idea what it would have looked like in its heyday. That's all we've got left. There's just the 3 stupas and a few pillars. So Chanya's trying to explain to me the fact that there was really no so-called housing back then. Families and the whole town would have lived primarily in temples. I'm not quite sure what these things here are, but this house here, what were these houses for? No?
When before people have house but this one for long time and him no have now have only for big story you
Yeah,
understand
so
temple
houses would have been made of wood and they've all decayed. Most people lived in the temples themselves, and that's really all that stands now is the stonework for the temples. So, but yeah, it's a fairly big park. And of course, this one here is Wazza. Done all the major temples in the land, I would have guessed. But as I said, all we see now is the stupas and the pillars. Everything else is gone. But what do you expect for something that's 1,000 years old, or close to it? Lawn.
อ๋อศาลหลักเมืองเหรอ
The Lak Muang Shrine. So what's special about this one, darling? What shrine? What's special for this
ศาล
one?
หลักเมือง special for when you want to make land and you have special first
Oh,
for
okay.
safety for people
It's like Spirit House in your Muban, the Spirit House.
Yes,
but this one here for the whole city.
yeah in the
Okay.
city big
Okay. Okay, so that's it. Lak Muang, the city pillar. From the evidence left to be seen, it is assumed to have been a small square building with a brick base and a tiled roof. In his records, a trip to Muang Phra Mae, King I can't even say that, Rama the Sixth mentioned the ruins found near the Wat Chang Song Karam. This might have been the city shrine or the city pillar. Yeah, so that's an interesting little bit of tidbit. But yeah, so the city was founded. This is the central pillar of the city. And back to where we started from.
โน่นน่ะ
Well, that was our little trip to Sukhothai National Park. So yeah, like I do get to see a few of the important places around Thailand from time to time. Not that it sort of floats my boat to an extreme degree, and again, and when it comes to YouTube channel, they'd rather see dancing girls on YouTube than they would to see about historical sites of 1,000 years in age. But this is the way we are. It's a very much of a pop culture these days on YouTube. 5-second attention span. Yep. But when something comes to be 1,000 years old, seen one temple, seen them all.
7 น่ะ 1,000 year more
Yeah, so 1,002, you say it's 2012, so it's what, 1,250, so it was 800, 900, whatever, who's doing the math? It's bloody old. What you got there? Right, okay.
กับเพื่อนนี่ไทยสไตล์
Thai style, yeah. Keep the
make sure
and just keep the spirit away, yes. Make the ghost go away. Yeah. Make the ghost go away.
yes I think
You think? Sure. Anyway, say goodbye, darling.
okay bye bye
She's in the dark. There we go. Put her in the light.
thank you for subscribe like and share and enjoy for video ขอบคุณมากค่ะ
It's okay, darling. The microphone's here on my chest, so you might not have heard that all. But anyway, we're out of here.
I want you to